Well, welcome to 7 for 12 and a look back and review on the third ODI between the West Indies and India from Ahmedabad. It was a fascinating game. Good to commentate on it on TalkSport 2. Again, I've really enjoyed these two ODIs, commentating on a different form of cricket, having been in the Caribbean doing the 2020s, England and the West Indies, and then obviously we had changed the format and go to the longer format, and I think it's a format that the West Indies really have a struggle on in the batting department. You look at India, they've got a pool of players now where probably star man today, man of the match today, Suresh Iyer. You'll have to let me know what you think, who India's top six would be if everybody was fit, and Suresh Iyer possibly doesn't get into it, and just shows you the strength and depth. Even Suryakumar Yadav might struggle to get into it as well. So, it'll be interesting to see what your thoughts are on that. But again, we look at the game. I thought the pitch was a bouncier pitch. It was more Barbados than it was in a typical India style surface. I thought the ball bounced a little bit, and the ball sat in the pitch that little bit more, possibly a little bit difficult for batting on when it comes to striking and timing the ball. And I thought India got to a score which was always going to be quite difficult for the West Indies to chase, because the West Indies, for me, are possibly one world-class batsman, two batsmen of high quality, short to be considered as a 50-over side and be challenging the likes of India, Australia, England, Pakistan and the rest. So it was a good game, I must admit. A good toss to win again, and obviously India batted first, lost a couple of wickets. It's just not happening for Virat Kohli. It's just not happening for him. Virat Kohli comes off the back of 100. That hits a bit more on the thicker edge of his bat, goes down to fine leg for 4, and he's off and running second, third ball. But as it happens at the moment, 50s and 100s are coming, a little bit too sparse for the great man, and he's managing to nick balls down leg side, which will frustrate. I'm sure will frustrate him. It's just not happening. But I thought the partnership between Rishabh Pant and Suresh Iyer was not only a match-winning partnership, but one of note, which I thought Rishabh Pant, who I've been critical of in the past, and the way he bats and the way he plays, but giving himself a chance and buying some time, and then go through the gears instead of starting in gear 6 and ended up blowing the engine. He actually was one of the most responsible innings I've seen from the wicketkeeper batsman, and he played very, very well. I have to say, I thought he played very, very well. And the difference for me between the game was the last 10 overs of the game at 187 for 6. Deepak Chahar goes out to bat. India are on a little bit of trouble, could potentially get bowled out for 220. And he gets 38 off 38 balls, and a partnership with Washington Sundar, and just take the game just that little bit too far away from the West Indies. And going into the second innings, I thought he bowled beautifully. An area which India have had their struggle was finding new ball bowlers when they haven't got Jasprit Bumrah and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar. I think that new ball opening partnership in the longer format of the white ball game is something I don't think India have really cracked yet, and I think that's something that I think will be desperate for Rahul Dravid and for Rohit Sharma to try and get right. We've got a quick question there of G. Paul. Thanks, G. Paul, again for your question. How good was Prashad Krishna in this series? I thought he was magnificent. I really did. The one thing I will say about that, G. Paul, he had a wicket to bowl on. He had a good wicket to bowl on for him. Tall, hits the seam hard, long levers, long reach. And he got the ball to move. I think his development now is trying to find out. He doesn't seem to be comfortable bowling with a brand new ball. He doesn't seem to be comfortable bowling in the power play. But if he continues to develop this way and continues to get good players out in the IPL, and then obviously the more that Rohit Sharma can use them in the power play and build up his load in that, then I think you've got India have found a very, very good white ball bowler at taking wickets. as the power play is ending and going into the next phase. I thought he bowled again. I thought on Wednesday he bowled beautifully, and I thought again today he bowled very, very nice. But I thought Chahar set the tone. I thought, along with the way the West Indies batted, I don't think they'll thank me for saying this, but I thought some of their decision making at the top was horrendous. I thought it was so poor. You know, the hitting backward point fielder off good areas. I just thought, all in all, I thought the West Indies top 5 were. I thought Nicholas Pooran was. He's got a bit of class, but he's just in that sort of poor vein of form where he doesn't believe he can go on and get 50, 70, 100. He seems to get in a pretty 30 and keeps getting out. So I thought the top 6 for the West Indies weren't at their best today. But take nothing away from India. I thought Chahar bowled nicely. I thought Mohammad Siraj bowled nicely. And I thought, Krishna bowled as well as he did on Wednesday. And he got 4 wickets Wednesday, he got 3 wickets today. I thought he was very, very good as well. And Kuldeep, I thought another one, he bowled nicely, but then he got Odin Smith, and wow, boy, that kid's going to make some money in this next week. Which franchise is going to go and take him? The problem for me is it's not which franchise is going to take him in the IPL. It's how are the franchise going to use him? And that will be the $1 million question, pardon the pun, because I think he might go for a few quid. I think that will be the $1 million question when the IPO auction comes and teams are trying to fit overseas players in a formula into it. But I'm sure he will go for a few quid. Guy can bowl 140 kilometers an hour plus, and he can also not only hit it out over the rope. He can, and on other grounds in India, there was 2 of them sixes he hit tonight would have had to get brand new balls because they would have gone out the ground. So he's an exciting proposition. But too little too late for the West Indies. 36 for Odin Smith. And then, oh my word, 13 and a half overs of Alzari Joseph and Hayden Wells Jr. blocking it was not what I needed after getting up at 7 o'clock this morning. I really didn't. Just wanted the game to be over and everybody shake hands on delayed the inevitable. A 3-0 win for the India side and a good start for Rahul Dravid and his tenure as India coach in the white ball game. Rohit Sharma, and we've seen at the end all the celebration with all the players in the squad. There was loads of people on the ground with a trophy, smiles on faces, and rightly so. They're deserved winners. So we go on to Wednesday, the T20, which will be a lot closer contest because I think the West Indies, that's their suited discipline in the shorter format of the game. And I think Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, I think there could be some fireworks because it'll be a lot closer encounter. So thanks for joining us. If you've got this far, like, subscribe, leave a review, and we'll see you on Wednesday.